In this video, I'm going to talk about product rule. And as far as product rule is concerned, suppose you are given y equals what? uv. In this kind of situation, y is a variable on its own, or let me just say is a function on its own. Then is equals to two functions multiplying each other. That is, whenever you have two functions multiplying each other, as far as definition is concerned, you simply use what? Product rule. You're going to use product rule whenever you have two functions multiplying each other. For example, you are having a variable function or polynomial function multiplying a trigonometric function, or you have two trigonometric functions multiplying each other, or you have an exponential function multiplying a trigonometric function. In that kind of situation, whenever you see product, that is, in this case, u multiplying v, you simply use what? Product rule. And from the first principle, you can actually derive an expression for what? For product rule. That is, by adding, changing y to what? To y, and changing u to what? U, and as well changing what? In v to what? To v. Because these three functions are actually what? Variable that depends on what? On each other. And all these variables here in turns depend on the value of what? Of x. That is, they depend on what? On the value of x, that is change in x. Now look up. Let's say we actually follow this step. We add what? Y plus what? Change in y to y plus into brackets, or let me just say equals to into brackets. Here we are going to have u plus what? Changing what? In u. Then as we are going to have open another brackets, v plus what? Changing what? In v. So by the time we open these two possible brackets, we're going to have y equals to changing y plus changing y equals to, this is going to be uv, right? Then followed by this multiply, this is going to give us what? Plus what? U delta v, that is u dv, plus here we're going to have v du, right? Then plus what? Plus now, this is delta u and this is delta v. That would delta u and delta what? V. Then after that, the next thing we're going to do is that we can simply make our divided formula, so that we're going to have the y equals what? uv plus u delta v plus v delta u, right? Plus what? Delta u delta what? V, right? Then minus y. So if you basically recall, what is your y? Your y is what? That's actually uv. Then I'm going to put it here, so that I'm going to have changing y equals what? uv plus u delta v plus v delta what? U, then plus delta u delta v minus what? uv. This is going to cancel this out. Then simply we're going to have changing y equals what? U delta what? V plus what? V delta what? U plus what? Delta u delta v. That's just what we have. Then once we have this expression, the next thing we're going to do is that we just have to take the limit of what? Of all the minimal changes that actually occur here. That is, the minimal change was in v and the minimal change was in u. We have to take dv and du tends towards 0, because they are actually the independent variable that we have. That is, they are the one that the value of y actually depends on. But these guys actually in turns depend on what? On the value of what? Of x. That is, they later depend on what? On the change in what? In x. So now look up, we're going to have this. Let's say we divide all through by what? By change in x. Now dividing all through by change in x, divide all through by what? Change in what? Change in x. Now, so here we're going to have change in y by what? By change in x equals to u dv dx, right? Plus what? V du dx, right? Then plus delta u delta v divided by what? Change in x. Now, this is actually what I need, right? Then here, how can I eliminate this function? In order to eliminate this guy, I'm going to take limits. Take limit, change in v, change in u, and change in v tends to what? Tends to 0. I'm going to take the limit of what? Of this guy to what? To the 0. So in that case, I'm going to have this going to what? To be dy by what? By the x of a function uv. That's going to give us what? U dv dx, right? Then plus what? V du dx, v du dx, and that's the formula. That's the formula, because everything here is what? Is 0, and once you have 0 here, 0 divided by this is going to what? That's 0. So in the next case, I can actually write this expression as what? As the y by what? By the x equals what? U dv dx plus v du dx, and this is actually what I'm going to use to differentiate a product function. So whenever I have two products multiplying, two functions multiplying each other, I'll simply use what? Product rule. And the formula I'm going to use is actually what? dy by dx equals to u dv dx plus v d what? du dx. So that's just it. Now let's just check some question on that product rule. Now suppose we are given y equals to x sine x, and we are asked to find the derivative of what? Of y of this function. So in this kind of situation, first thing is that you have to identify that, okay, do we have two different functions multiplying each other in this question? If we have, then you can actually go ahead and use what? Product rule. Now if you look at this is a polynomial function, or is a variable, this is a variable multiplying what? A trigonometric function. So in this case, there are actually two different functions. So in this case, I can simply write this guy as what? Y equals what? X times sine x. Show that if I'm going to find the y by the x now, if I'm going to find the y by the x, I can simply recall that, okay, the y by the x is the same thing as what? As writing, that's what? U dv dx, right? Plus v du dx. Now, if you recall, this same expression is similar to write out to y equals what? Uv. So in this case, our u is going to be what? U is going to be x, and our v is going to be what? That's what? Sine x. So if my u is x and v is what? Sine x, then what was what? Dy by the x. So in that scenario, what I'm going to do is that I'm having dv dx. That means I'm afterwards to differentiate what? Dv with respect to what? Dx. Dv with respect to what? Dx. And whenever you are doing sine x, that's what? Cos x. Then followed by, I need what? Du dx. Du and the x. Then let me just find the derivative of this u. That's with respect to x. So this is going to give me what? 1. Because whenever you differentiate x is what? Is 1. Because this actually x is power what? 1. Then that's going to be what? 1 x raised power 1 minus 1. This is simply 1 x is power 0. Anything is power 0 is what? Is 1. Then you're going to have 1 times 1, which is what? 1. So that's why we have 1 here. So let's go ahead and fix all this value into this formula. So here, fixing it, you're going to have dy by what? By dx equals to u. Our u is what? That's going to be x times dv dx. dv dx is what? Cos x plus v. Our v is what? Sine x. Then du dx, that's what? 1. Can you see now? So if I go ahead and simplify this expression, I'm going to have dy by dx equals what? X cos x plus what? Sine x, and that's the answer. So whenever you are given a product function, that is two functions multiplying each other, you're going to simply use what? Product rule. Then you're going to have this. So differentiating x sine x is the same as what? If you define derivative of x sine x, you're going to have x cos x plus what? Sine x. Now let's check another. You are asked to find dy with respect to what? The x. Since if you look at this same expression is the same thing as what? As y equals what? Uv, right? Then your u in this case is going to be what? 4x squared, and your v in this case is going to be what? Cos x, right? So in this kind of scenario, how are you going to go ahead and differentiate this kind, find the derivative of this function? So you simply use what? Product rule. Since this expression is similar to what? Uv, you simply use what? Product rule. And in that scenario, you are going to recall the same formula. dy by the x equals what? U dv dx, right? Plus what? V du by what? Dx. So simply, here you're going to find dv dx. dv dx is actually here. We are going to differentiate our v with respect to what? X. So that's simply dv d what? X. So finding dv dx of cos x, differentiating cos x is actually, you are going to get what? Minus what? Sin x. If you differentiate it, because it is actually an identity which you can use first principle to actually verify. You can use it to prove it. So here, if you differentiate cos x, you're going to have what? Minus sin x. Then after that, we need what? Our v. Our v is actually this. Then we have it here. What of du dx? We are differentiating our u with respect to what? X. So du dx in this case is going to be. So here, can I use power rule to actually differentiate this? I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 4, x power 2 minus 1, and this is simply what? That's going to be 8x. 2 minus 1 is what? Is 1. So this 2 times 4, 8, x power what? 1. So du dx is actually what? 8x power what? 1. So putting in all this value, I'm going to put it inside what? This formula. So that I'm going to have dy by what? By the x equals to u. U is what? That's going to be what? That's 4x squared. dv dx is what? Minus what? Sine x. Then plus v. V is actually cos x, right? Then du dx. Du dx is what? That's 8x. So if I simplify this expression, I'm going to have dy by what? By the x equals what? This is going to give me minus 4x squared sine x plus what? 8x cos x. So that's just it. And I can write this expression as what? As 8x cos what? Cos x minus 4x squared sine x. So that's just it. So that's it. So that's all about this about product rule. In the next video, don't worry, in the next part I'm going to solve many questions online so that you guys will actually understand product rule very well, because we have some different functions that can actually multiply each other, so I'm going to explain everything in details. So watch out for the next part that is going to come out soon. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the subscription button and also on the notification button as well, so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. And at the same time, if you want us to solve any question for you, be it under direction on any other subjects like physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology, biochemistry, different things, just drop it in the comment box below. Thanks for watching.